What's up, guys? Time for part 2 of my E3 coverage. This time around, we got Xbox, Ubisoft, and PlayStation sneaking that in at the end of the video. Again, I'm only talking about games that got my attention, not every game announced by any of the conferences, just the ones that I myself was interested in. Starting things off, Xbox revealed the Xbox One S, which is a slim version of the Xbox One, 40% smaller than the original Xbox One, 2 TB hard drive. Movies and other streaming device services will all be in 4K. It looks cool. I probably won't get one just because I don't need another Xbox One. My current one is perfectly fine, and if I do buy a new Xbox, it's going to be the little Project Scorpio one that comes out next year. So this is going to be this is a good system for those who don't have an Xbox One yet, but want to get one so they can just go ahead and get a 2 TB hard drive that's very small compared to the current Xbox One, or those who have Xbox One that has issues. Like a friend of mine has a disk drive issue, so she can go ahead and just trade her Xbox One in and go ahead and get the Xbox One S. Looks pretty cool, very sleek, but again, myself, I won't buy it, but it's pretty cool for those who don't have Xbox One yet or need to upgrade their from 360 to Xbox One. On the show, the gameplay demo of Gears of War 4, we got to see one of the game's missions, and they teased, they teased an old Marcus Phoenix, so it's pretty cool to know that he actually is in the game. I was pretty curious whether or not he will be in the game in general, or in like the same little aspect as his father was in previous Gears of War game. It looked cool though. It was a pretty cool demo. They announced Gears of War 4 would be crossplay with PC. So if you're on PC, you can play those on Xbox One. Then you have to have Windows 10. Like it's not like Steam thing like that. It's Windows 10 and Xbox One gamers can crossplay Gears of War 4. The game looks great. I can't wait for it. The demo looked hella fun. It was very fun to see Laura Bailey out there at E3. For those who don't know who Laura Bailey is, you get issues. If you watch anime, you've heard her voice at least once or twice. They announced a new fighter for Killer Instinct. Last time they announced Halo's Arbiter. This time around they announced Gears of War's badass General Rom, which looks bad. He looks badass. Like when does Rom not look badass? So it's pretty cool to see him right there. I'm not really a big fan of Killer Instinct. I don't really play it a lot, but I would definitely try out Rom. Because he's just, if you see General Rom, you're gonna want to play as him. They show Forza Horizon 3, which will also be crossplay between Xbox and Windows 10. The game looks good. Again, I said from previous videos, never been a big fan of Horizon as it's more arcade racer. I'm more into the simulation style racers like the motorsports. But it looks fun. It looks pretty interesting. I might have to check it out just because I have friends who like Forza Horizon, and they want. I might just pick it up just to play with them guys. But it looks pretty cool though. We finally got to see some gameplay of Recore, which looks cool. It still needs some more info on the game itself, as there isn't a lot of details and information about the game. Like, as we don't know what the story is about, we don't know, why everything in the game is happening. But it looks cool. We got to see gameplay. That's always a good thing to see gameplay. That means the game is actually pretty close to coming out. Not like, oh, here's a teaser trailer. We don't have a release date. Some new features for the Xbox One. The one that I'm interested in is community page, which basically lets you create a hub on Xbox for your own community of players. It's pretty cool. I have a lot of friends. I have, there's UTX, so we can have like our own community page. I got my Battlefield guys. We have our own little PTFO page. So there's a lot of things that can be done with the community page for Xbox One. CD Projekt Red made an appearance announcing and showing the Gwent game as a standalone card game by itself. Which, if you know me, you know damn well I'm very big on Gwent. I'm so addicted to that game, Witcher 3. Seeing a lot of card games come out right now. I knew Gwent was coming eventually, and it's good to see that CD Projekt they see everyone's feedback on how much Gwent is loved, and they decide, you know what, we're gonna make our own little card game, get into the card game business, and throw out Gwent. There's a lot of these coming out. You got Hearthstone, you got Elder Scrolls Legends, now you got Gwent. Then there's like, I think Magic has its actual games too. So there's a lot of card games, which is good. There's nothing wrong with feeding into a genre that isn't as big as the top tier elite genres like RPGs and shooters. Got to see some 4-player co-op from Scalebound, which the game looks beyond amazing and looks fun as hell. Can't wait for this one. This might be one of the game of the year sleepers for next year. High expectations for this game, in my opinion. It looks great. I think when you have a game on this magnitude, this massive, you have to have that expectation that it's going to be pretty good. And if it flops, I don't know what to say, but still, it looks fun. It looks like it'll be a great game, especially to experience with your friends. And even though the main character still looks like Nero from Devil May Cry. We saw live multiplayer gameplay of Sea of Thieves, which also will be crossplay on Xbox One and PC. Game looks hella fun. You and your friends playing as pirates against other players who are also pirates. Look like there might be sea monsters as well, as in like one of the little cuts during the video. You see like the arms of a kraken coming out the water. So it'd be pretty cool if you and your friends are going against enemies, and then like out of nowhere in the middle of that multiplayer battle, there's these creatures from underwater attacking both of you at the same time. It's pretty fun and pretty cool, especially if like your pirate ship get taken out and you're just like sitting in the water like up. Our ship got taken out. Our decision either try to swim back to freaking shore or swim to their ship and try to like fight them there. Maybe you might get grabbed under the water by a freaking kraken. Who knows? Halo Wars 2 was briefly showed. Again, not a big fan of RTS games, but I might check it out. I'm gotta have a variety of games. That's all I say. Variety is a good thing, so I'll try it out and just see if I can get into RTSs. I tried last time I played RTS was when End War came out, so maybe now that I'm older from then and now, I might be more interested in RTSs now. So why not get started with Halo Wars? Last but not least, for the Xbox, they announced another new Xbox One, Project Scorpio, which is basically a highly upgraded Xbox One that'll have really great specs, including VR support, 4K gaming, and more. I plan on getting this when it comes out because I do want to get a VR and I do want to get into to the VR mindset. I love to try out Xbox games on VR. It's going to be costly, both the system, the VR, and getting a 4K ready TV. So it's going to be a lot of money being spent just around the Scorpio itself for everything involving with it. But I think VR is officially like being made a legit feature of gaming. It's not a gimmick. It's here to stay. It's legit. You got Xbox getting into it, PlayStation, you got Bethesda, Ubisoft. Everyone's getting into it. So it's officially, a part of the community. It's officially part of the industry. It's here to stay. It's not a gimmick. So so if you're a gamer, you might as well get into it too. Just to see if you like it. Overall, I give Xbox a B minus. They showed a lot of gameplay, but at the same time, they're holding some games back for GDC, so it kind of like takes away from E3, and there's a few boring moments during the conference. Switch over to Ubisoft. They announced a few things, a lot of VR support, behind the scenes of the new Assassin's Creed movie. They also announced a Watch Dogs movie. But the games that got my attention, well, for starters, Star Trek VR looks pretty boss. I'm not a huge fan of Star Trek. Wasn't really into it growing up. Didn't really watch much of it. But this looks fun and interesting. And it looks very immersive. Looks like this be something that will get me interested into Star Trek if you want to watch it. And just learn the lingo, learn the lore before delving into this immersive VR kind of game. South Park looked fun, funny as hell. I've actually never played a Stick of Truth, so I might have to pick this up. I have no excuse because if you pre-order Fracture Butthole, you get Stick of Truth for free. It looks fun though. It looks pretty interesting. I'm definitely gonna need to check it out. I've seen gameplay of Stick of Truth, but I've never actually played it, so I do know a little bit about the game itself, just not my own. I haven't had my own experience of it. Watch Dogs 2 looks cool, but so did the first game. I'm curious to know more about the main character. Mostly, does this hacker have like prior combat training? Was he in the military, anything like that? Because he moves like he's properly trained in combat, or maybe he was just a Jack Bauer fan and watched a lot of 24. So I don't know. Anyways, I do hope it's a good game. I thought Watch Dogs 1 was very hated by the community because the whole little graphic downgrade, but it wasn't that bad of a game. It wasn't good, but wasn't bad either. So hopefully this game capitalizes on the mistakes that game made, and it's actually a very good game instead of just in between kind of game. Next up, you got Ghost Recon. Great visuals. Good to see a new Ghost Recon game. Got some actual gameplay this year. Looks like a co-op campaign, which isn't a bad thing at all. We definitely play it as co-op campaign and solo. Because me, I like to get experience from both ends. Cannot wait for this game. I'm a big Ghost Recon fanboy. I mean, really, I'm a fanboy of all time. Anything Tom Clancy. Game looks great. Great to see full gameplay. This year's E3 has been just stacked with nothing but full gameplay from all conferences. Like, you're not seeing a lot of teasers anymore. You're just seeing, here's the gameplay, here's what the game looks like, here's how the game plays, which I like. I like that a lot. I like that about Sony's conference, I like about Microsoft conference, I like about Bethesda's and Ubisoft's. Great things. Last but not least, for Ubisoft, the game that interests me the most from out of E3 entirely, For Honor. Ever since they announced this game, I've been all in for it. Game looks amazing. Game looks fun as hell. I'm a big history guy, so for me, this is a game, kind of similar to that Spy TV show they had a few years ago where they put, the most badass warriors of all time against each other. This is basically that, but in a grand scale in for video games. This game takes three of the most badass warriors, the knights, the Vikings, and samurais, and put them against each other. You know what? I think they should be like DLC, and like hope they actually have this idea of like having extra factions as a DLC, like Spartans, barbarians, the Roman Legion, the Manlurks, or even have like ninjas in a way in which they become like an ally of one of the other factions to take out samurai. So I think it'd be pretty cool. The game looks amazing visually. Like there's not a single thing I say wrong about this game based on what I've seen at E3 in terms of the gameplay trailer. Because like again, once again, they gave a full gameplay. They didn't give no little tease, a little short little thing like this. Is the game kind of looks like. They said no. Here's a full gameplay. Here's a full mission that you can go on with a Viking. The game looks amazing. Again, I hope like this is an idea for Ubisoft in terms of DLC that they have extra factions and they do like tie-ins for like realistic things like this, like samurai becoming an ally of someone, just so they can underhand not said samurai, having like the ninjas become an ally of someone just to underhand a samurai. So they be pretty great. Overall, I give Ubisoft a B plus grade. They had a pretty good conference with a brief moment to where there was kind of like a little bored. But the biggest issue was people's inability to read the prompter. Finally, to end our E3 coverage, we have Sony. PlayStation basically went all games, but very few of them actually was of interest to me. One of the few that got my interest was the new God of War, which looked cool, great visuals. Norse mythology is very deep, so we can see we can see a lot going on with that. Should be very interesting. It's a different route from the usual with God of War. It seems like it's more open world, less linear, more story driven. I've seen people in the comments for the on YouTube, trying to like throwing shade at it being more story driven and not being similar to the previous God of Wars. I think any game that branches out is just part of the evolution of a game franchise. And this game looks interesting, like it's gonna be fun. I may have to get a PS4 just to play this game, as well as Detroit Become Human. They showed off a new Spider-Man game, which I hope is good, but I won't hold my breath to it since they haven't had a good Spider-Man game since the PS2. The new suit looks awful as hell. Like I almost want to throw up watching that trailer with that suit. It looks awful, but hopefully the game itself is actually pretty good. Hope they have a lot of variety for different suits that you can wear. So here's a lot of high hopes for finally getting a good Spider-Man game. Detroit Become Human has my interest by default. Being born and raised in Detroit, anything with a name gets my attention. Game looks cool, story driven, voice acting based on the trailer sounds like it's very, very top notch, very superb. It's definitely one of those playable movie games Sony keeps making, like The Order, Heavy Rain, Until Dawn. So I can imagine it's gonna be like a very long game because it seems like it's just an interactive movie. But that's not a knock on the game itself because it looks like it's interesting. It has me interested. Can't wait to try it out. Last game from Sony that was of interest to me was Horizon Zero Dawn. Game looks freaking amazing in terms of visuals. It's a very gorgeous game. Another open world game. Got a full gameplay demo at the conference to see. I hope it's as good as it looks. I really do hope this game's a pretty good game. It's another game just like Detroit and God of War that I want to try out. Overall, I give Sony a B minus. I think their conference was equal to Xbox's conference. Sony was all gameplay and was immersive, but at the same time, it's kind of dull. In my opinion, Ubisoft was actually the top conference at this year's E3. They showed more things that made me want to spend money. But that's it for me, guys. Thank you all for watching. I'll be hitting you guys up with my regularly scheduled programming pretty soon. Enjoy yourselves, and remember, the real winners of E3 is always the gamers. We are the luckiest people. We're the lucky people on the planet in order to be able to enjoy such great art and beautiful PlayStation from Xbox and from each developer and publisher that came out to E3 and showed us what to look forward to, not just this year, but next year as well. Peace out.